Hello, everybody. C. Ray Brower here with your perfect home. We've got Leah Garcia that is going to pound me in the hot seat just very shortly, and that will be coming up next. And we are back. How's it going, Leah?
Going great. Downtown Monterey here. The weather's a little overcast, but still a beautiful day.
Well, perfect. It's been sunshiny and nice. The last time I was out, there was a few clouds in the sky, but nothing too serious. But can't ever beat being in Monterey, no matter what the weather's like.
That's right. It's always gorgeous here. What's going
Makes
on in
my
your neck of the
heart pitter
woods?
patter just thinking about it.
We'll have to do this together. Maybe come out to Monterey in our office
There you
sometime.
go. There you go. That wouldn't
That would
that
be
would
fun.
not be a bad thing at all. There's a couple of Monterey golf courses that I truly enjoy playing. So
Oh, you're a big golfer, huh?
I play. I won't say I'm a big golfer. I was a really big golfer for a long time, and then changed careers and kind of got away from it for a little bit. I've been playing pretty regular with old high school friend here lately, so the game's starting to come back around a little bit. But I do enjoy the
Very
game.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you
I
play?
drive past the golf courses. Oh,
Drive
no.
right on by them.
I drive past and I look how beautiful they are, and that's about it.
They
I
are
like the
beautiful.
idea of golfing. Yeah, I
What's
like
that?
the idea of it. I just haven't invested. I like the idea of golfing. I just haven't invested the time to really learn how to play. But it's there.
It's definitely an investment in time to learn how to play, unless you're like our daughter, and she was a natural born athlete. Everything she's ever done, she's
Wow.
been really great at. Unfortunately, her very first tournament, she won by 5 strokes. Had
Whoa.
played a grand total of maybe 6 rounds of golf, mostly one or two
Wow.
holes at a time. She played three 9 holes and one full round of golf right before the tournament and went and won by 5 strokes. Then I couldn't keep her off the golf course. The next year, she was just on it, on it, on it. She would run so that she could play golf with us, right? And the
Wow.
following year, she went back as the defending champion and got in the rough, trying to hit a 3 wood out of the rough, and went chunky, 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 chunky. Ended up in fourth place by 5 strokes after taking, I think it was a 19 or a 21 or something on a par five. So she could have swept the field had she not gotten the rough or had she played a little more conservatively.
Wow. And how old
And
is
then it
your
was a dumb
daughter?
game and she wouldn't play.
That was it.
Yeah, I mean, she's back to playing now. Occasionally, she looks back on the fact that had she been um, went ahead and pursued it, she probably could have got a full ride anywhere because she was good. She was good.
Wow.
She still plays relatively well. Doesn't play very often, but just kind of that natural born hand eye coordination, right?
Wow.
So,
How young was she at the time?
so she was 9 when she played the first tournament, 10
Wow.
when she played the second tournament. Me and Sue got together when she was 7, and I got her a set of clubs, and like I said, she was just a natural. She picked up the club and was a perfect mimic. She just hit the ball, hit the ball, hit the ball, and then after it was a dumb sport after she didn't win. Um,
Yeah.
she spent a little time away from it. I tried to get her back into it, put her in the summer league over at Elkhorn, and all of the teaching pros that summer said all she's got to do is apply herself about that much, and she'll have a full ride. she'll be shooting in the
Wow.
low 80s, high 70s with that much effort. Never could get her to do it. Graduated, didn't play. Now she's got another set of golf clubs, and she plays every once in a while. So,
Very cool. Well,
yeah.
there's a lot to learn from sports, especially kids. I just think there's so much to learn, a lot of value in that. We could definitely have a conversation about that at some point. But
So
today,
here I am in the hot seat, ready to
yeah,
be like pounded to find out all about this AI certified real estate agent.
absolutely. And it's very serendipitous. I was seeing this morning that the Beatles have a new song that's being released because it's being remastered by AI.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, so whatever you think about AI, it's around us. And so we either have to just be blind or find a way to, pivot and really leverage it for ourselves, to help our clients and stuff. So I love it was really a great segue to that. So I'm just really curious, they always say champions don't panic, they pivot. So I'm just really curious, can you kind of share with us what got you interested? Because we're all hearing about AI and a lot of us are aware that it's there, but most of us aren't really embracing it probably the way that we could. So what sparked your curiosity about it, or was it kind of just, tossed at you? How did you come about this?
To tell you the truth, I have really always been kind of a geek. Um, I truly have. All my life, I've always been interested in intricate things. I guess I got it from my dad. He always had a broken clock. He would
I love
go and pick up broken clocks at the thrift stores or what have you, and he'd tear them apart and try to fix them. I don't think he ever got one working, but that really was something that we kind of did together when I was young. And so it always, it's my hands and using the mind and seeing how all that stuff came together. Fast forward, I get into construction. I kind of got away from it a little bit, although I still really enjoyed putting things together and understanding blueprints and grade and all that different stuff. Break my back, get out of construction, get into sales, and the shop, when we opened it, was very technology driven. The franchise that we got into was very technology driven, and so they had a computer system. Of course, that was the old IBM with the DOS system, and way back when, right? And so
yeah.
I kind of it scared me to start with, and then I understood the concept of how it worked. And fast forward a little ways further, I end up with a computer. I start learning how to program. Then I turned geeky, building computers and doing all sorts of things.
Wow.
So when I heard about ChatGPT, and that it had just come out, this is what, 8 months ago, 9 months ago, 10 months ago, when they released AI to us, the public. It just fascinated me that I went in and looked at it and went, oh my God, this is like incredible what it can do and how fast it can do it. And so that was really what got me deciding that I was going to embrace something new. Like I said, you have to pivot when there's something that's happening. And I've always been one that likes to be out there in the forefront. So I pivoted. I started playing with it. It gave me some okay results. Just when you get into it, it gives you some okay results. Probably 70%, you get an idea and you throw it in Chat GPT, and without any training at Chat GPT, it goes ahead and gives you something that's 60 or 70% okay, but you have to spend 20, 30% of your time making it what you really wanted. by getting Chat GPT trained and me understanding how to talk to it, now it gives me something that I only have to put 10 or 15% effort into to make it me. So that's what caused me to get into it.
That is so huge. So I kind of want to unpack that a little bit. You have this technology mind already. So this made perfect sense to you.
Yeah, yeah, very,
Yeah.
very, very much so. I'm a geek. I'm a geek. I say it all the time. I'm a geek.
Unlike people like me who are not a geek, and it's more of a learning curve. So it seems like it was a perfect introduction for you. So
Yeah.
let me ask you, can you share with us a little bit about how this helps your sellers? Let's say if I was someone selling a home, what does this bring to the table that really sets you apart?
The first thing that it brings to the table is the fact that I will go out and put the house data into ChatGPT and say, I want a listing description for this house. It's on 123 Main Street. It's 4 bedrooms and 3 baths, and it's got a beautiful pool and RV parking, the data. But then when I sit down with the actual seller and bring ChatGPT out right there with them and say, when you first looked at this house 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 25 years ago, it doesn't matter. What was it about this house that intrigued you?
Right.
What features in this house made you want this house? And then put that in. And then what upgrades have you done? What made this house that much better? Put that in. The school's good.
Wow.
Schools are good. It's close to it's this. It's that. Put their input in, and then say, ChatGPT, go ahead and write this description, and it'll print out in seconds what would have taken me or any other person hours to craft that listing description, and then craft the emails that will be sent out when somebody does that, and craft the ads that are appropriate for that description, and do it in a matter of minutes, which allows me more time to spend with my clients, as well as coming up with the next solution for their problem, help them find what it is they're looking for. I get to spend more time one-on-one with all my clients, because now I'm not spending days putting together a listing presentation, a listing description, putting all the advertising together. ChatGPT allows me to do that quick and efficiently, and in a way that really, so 20 years ago, somebody looked at it at the house, the sellers now 20 years ago walked in the house and said, oh my God, I love the view out of the back window. And I love it because the elm tree or whatever they felt. And then you tell ChatGPT, now change that to today for the new buyer coming in. What's that going to look like for the new buyer? And it does it for us. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love that, because just you helping us with that visual, I'm thinking of if we're in the home for 10, 20, 30 years, these are attributes that we may become invisible to us because we've been there so long. So it's looking at the home with a fresh set of eyes so that the proper buyer who's looking for those assets are going to be immediately attracted to that. Am I picking up what you're putting down?
That's exactly it right there. It helps. I mean, I've always been wordy, I guess you would say. I love the spoken language and the written language, and I can craft a pretty good listing description myself, but it takes writing it out. Oh, let's see. Now I need to change that. Oh, I need to change that. Oh, I need to change, and mess around sometimes for days trying to get it just right. And ChatGPT throws it out, And there may be some grammatical errors, there may be some punctuation errors, but overall, it's ready to go right then and now.
And I would think that because you can craft a very personalized description of the property in a very short period of time, that probably frees up a lot of your time for other things that you really need to do to be able to properly market and attract the right buyers. Am I on the right track?
Absolutely. Yes, that's absolutely it. It frees up my time to deal with the buyers coming in, to deal with the agents that are calling and want to show the property. It allows me more time to speak with my sellers and give them better updates, more timely updates, because now I'm not spending that extra time that I'm always willing to spend it, but if I can do it towards where now I can be personally looking at the person and talking with the person and helping the buyers and the agents and the sellers all together, I have more time to do that. It makes so much sense.
That's so huge. So let me ask you, are there agents who are resisting this technology, or do you think it's something that most realtors are looking for, but they just haven't really, they're not technology, background, so it's just a little bit more of a learning curve? Or do you think a lot of professional realtors are kind of stepping away from that? I'm curious.
I gotta let Jack up here. He wants to get into the show. Anytime I'm in front of the computer, Jack likes to get up here.
That's adorable.
Yep. Anyway, yes, I do believe there's lots and lots of realtors that are resisting this actual transition, just like any transition. I was just talking with one of my mentees yesterday, sitting down and talking with him about the industry and how he just got in. He just barely got in. He's 3-4 months in, and he came in right when the interest rates are up. And now, now the amount of people purchasing has been reduced. There's still tons of people that want to buy. It's just that bottom section is not able to purchase because interest rates are up. And I was talking to him about how when I got in the industry 8 years ago, the industry was coming up and out of the bubble burst, and how there were so many people that were coming back into the brokerage I was at, that were coming back in, that had got out during the bubble burst,
right,
because they didn't have the easy way to sell a house. And the last few years it's been really easy to sell a house. The unicorn years, as the video that I just recorded earlier today, and that'll be out shortly, the unicorn years of the COVID bump in house sales and the extremely low interest rate made it really easy for people to sell houses. Before the bubble burst, it made it really easy for people to sell houses because everybody was buying it, and it didn't matter. Hurry, right? And when the market shifted, and those people that didn't spend the time to learn, didn't do their due diligence, it was no longer easy, they left the market. And they went and did whatever they did before, or they found something new to do. And it weeded out some people that weren't willing to pivot, to shift, right? But then what happens? The market gets easy again, and a bunch of people come back in. I believe that bad markets weed out the agents that aren't willing to pivot. A change like this is going to weed out a lot of the older realtors that they're getting close anyway. This is just technology that they don't want to embrace. They have a hard enough time with regular technology. I'm working with an agent right now that everything is done to me, I send everything to him electronically, but everything he sends me, he sends snail mail.
Little action going back there, but that's okay. We're okay here, folks.
Yeah. Hopefully that's not a fire at your house.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're okay. Yeah, I love that. And we kind of have shared a lot about the benefit to the sellers. I'm just, can you give us an example of how this can bring value to your buyers as well, like on the home search? How does that benefit them?
The buyers really is just the fact that I've got more time now. It hasn't got to a point where it is going to go out and search the MLS and come back with houses that meet the buyer's criteria.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives me more time to be able to. I've always been a big question guy. Always been a big question guy. What is it that you're looking for? Why are you looking for it? And what is it that makes a two-story more attractive to you than a single story? Why do you want a pool? Why do you want RV parking? Why? Until I understand, and then I can look at stuff and go, okay, these ones here will fit this buyer, and these ones here will fit that buyer. And at this point, I haven't found the solution with AI to do that. I'm sure that it's there or it's coming soon. Coming soon, definitely. People that are resisting AI really, truly haven't paid attention to the fact that the big boys been using AI for a really, really long time.
Wow.
We have to accept that because why? When you go on Amazon and look at a pair of high heels, what do you see on your YouTube, on your Facebook, just surfing the web? What do you see?
Everywhere.
High heels, high heels, high heels, high heels, high heels, high heels.
Everywhere.
Why? Because AI has looked at what you're doing and now you're going to see it. The conspiracy theorists say this right here, that little camera is watching us all the time. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. If it is, it was still AI. It was still AI. It's artificial intelligence looking at what we're doing and helping us determine what it is that we're going to purchase, what it is we're going to do. It's in our lives. It's here. It's been here for a long time. It's now available to us as the general public, which I think is amazing.
I totally agree with you. And I've been in my industry now 17 years. It's hard to say that, but I actually have. And, there was a time, maybe people don't know this, there was a time before the Affordable Care Act. I was in the health insurance industry at that point, and it was a huge announcement. And it's really, to make a long story short, everyone was terrified. It's going to change everything. We're going to lose our jobs. We're going to have to change our careers. And what happened was, you're right, there was a lot of attrition. Those who just were towards the end of their career kind of doing the towel and they walked away. And then it weeded out the people who were kind of on the border. But what it did for us really was that was income. That was a time when my income really tripled in 1 year.
Right.
But, we have to embrace that. And what I love, Ray, is that you are on that cutting edge. You've been in the industry a while, but you're still willing to be a student of your business. I always say, don't dabble, master, right? Master your craft. And so what I think about, or my question to you is, since there are a lot of agents who are maybe leaving the industry, what, or even considering maybe leaving the industry, or just kind of unsure about all of this, what can you do, or what would you encourage them, like if they were to become part of your team, or how could they maybe take some baby steps and maybe have some conversations with you? Maybe you can help them to save their career.
Yeah, I mean, I am slowly building a team because I have lots of balls in the air. I'm a professional juggler, right? Always stay productive, always trying to see the next new thing as well as take care of everything that's going on. But yeah, I mean, I am always willing to help I am team building, and so by joining the team, they would have the ability to have some of this marketing done for them and help them in their career. It would definitely be something that would help them. If they're technologically geeky, they can definitely get a hold of me, and I can get them hooked up with some real training and get them AI certified also.
Nice.
It kind of depends on what it is they're looking for. I
Right.
have never been one that was worried about competition. I
Right.
have, I do this podcast, right?
Mhm.
And I do interview other realtors,
Right.
and I interview financial advisors. I interview insurance agents. I interview anybody that's willing to stand in front of the camera and talk to me about what's going on.
Huge.
And I was at it was a Facebook training here, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago, and we got all done, and everybody's talking about what, and the guy that put it on, he asked me, he says, "So you seem like you know a lot about this." I said, "Yeah, I've been using Facebook for a while, and I've embraced the fact that I needed to learn how to do it." So yeah, I mean, everything that was here was kind of a refresher for me. He says,
Right.
"Well, you do interview other realtors on your podcast. Why?" And I said, "Because my podcast goes out, and I am not the fit for everybody. There's a
Right.
lot of people that don't like me because of whatever. I talk too slow. I talk too fast. I ask too many questions. Whatever it is, life is made of all a variety of people, and there's nobody in the world that is good for everybody. But there is
Yeah.
a shoe for every foot."
That's right.
There
I
is a
love
shoe
that.
for every foot. So, just I embrace the fact that other people can do this. Other people can do this, and it's not going to affect me. It's going to help them. It's going to help the consumer. It's going to help the industry if everybody would do it. It would be better for everybody,
Right.
because if we don't, this is really a personal business. It's a people business. Your business is
Yeah.
a people business. But AI and high tech would have us believe that a computer can do it better than a person can. A computer can help a person, but a computer
Yeah.
can't do it better than a person.
Yeah. I love that. And you know what that reminds me of is that as we look to the forward in the future, there's going to be many. This is just one thing. It's not just one thing. And as we embrace the change, like video, I wouldn't have done the video. I wouldn't have done this podcast with you a few years ago, right? But
Right,
you know what? Embracing that and understanding that if we're not turning people off, we're not turning people on. And what
right.
better way to start to turn the people on who are looking for you by sharing personally, your story and how you help people. And what I want to ask you really quick, because we're short on time here, one last quick question.
Yep.
Take us on a little path, let's say a little journey 5, 10 years from now. What do you see as AI with the future? How is it will evolve? And I know you don't have a crystal ball, but where do you kind of see this heading?
I see it heading to where it's just more involved in our everyday life. It's definitely going to eliminate some jobs. I see it
Mhm.
eliminating jobs. I mean, we see it right now when we go to McDonald's. We see it right now when we go to Lowe's. They want us to self checkout. That bothers me. It really does. It bothers me.
Yeah.
But AI is going to come to a point where some of those jobs aren't there anymore. But it's
Yeah.
going to create more jobs in a different direction.
Yeah.
And so I see it as a good thing for the world, for all of us, if we will embrace it and understand that this might not be it, but this will be. It's going to raise the level of the field. And all ships rise with the tide. All ships
Yeah.
rise with the tide. So if we embrace it and understand that we're going to rise with the tide, it's going to be a good thing. If not, yeah, it'll sink some people. It will sink some people. There's no doubt that some people will kick the hole in the side of their boat to keep from rising with the tide.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not big on those self-checker. I avoid them all the time. However, if they come up with a robot who will do my shopping for me, I'm like all about that. I'm like on board like yesterday. Well, this has been amazing. This is my first time interviewing someone. So this has been a lot of fun, C. Ray. I really appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on and putting me in the hot seat. It wasn't that bad. I was a little
Wasn't
worried
that
that you was going to pound me, but I made it through it. You did a
Good
great
work.
job. I thank you so much, everybody. Leah
A lot of
Garcia,
fun.
all of her stuff is running down below. World Financial Group.
That's right. World Financial
World
Group.
Financial.
Definitely.
So
Mhm.
you get hold of her, and if you guys need any help, have any questions about what was talked about, you know how to get hold of me. My information's right there. Leave a comment on the videos, like, share. That is definitely sending the love. Everybody go out and be the sunshine in somebody's rainy day, and you all remember C-Ray to find your perfect home. We'll talk to you real soon.